Hey buddy, do you think Amazon earns?
No, dude. I mean, it gives such great discounts. I don't think it does.
But then, what about its revenue and costs? Let's find out.
A very good morning to the honorable judges and our fellow mates present over here. Today, I, Marisha Sharma,
I, Pooja Manglani,
stand before you all to unravel the lesser known facets about the e-commerce sites in the present scenario.
the Latin phrase novus ordo seclorum, meaning a perfect order for the ages, is a perfect description of this virtual market. But now, allow us to direct you to the all newly, fresh from the oven facts of this world of e-commerce. We all are aware about the big players in the Indian online shopping scene: Flipkart, Amazon and Snapdeal. We will present our opinion keeping these three in our focus. So, now, let's get to the main question. Are these e-commerce sites really earning?
The answer, straight to the point, no, they are not. Flipkart, Amazon and Snapdeal. The money which these sites raise is being used to acquire new customers, offer crazy discounts and pump up products on offer. You will be amazed to know the quantum of losses that these e-commerce players have incurred. Revenue-wise, Flipkart leads the race with net revenue of 179 crores, followed by Amazon at 168 crores and Snapdeal with 154 crores. However, when it comes to losses, Flipkart again leads, but with a much bigger margin, and their loss for 2013-14 was reported at a whooping 400 crores, followed by Amazon at 321 and Snapdeal at 264 crores. Now, let us have a look at the losses they incur for every rupee they spend. Flipkart loses 2.23 rupees for every 1 rupee they spend, Amazon loses 1.90 rupees, and Snapdeal 1.72. All in all, these companies are bleeding red and are raising funds to cover this.
But for Flipkart, making losses was a conscious decision. In an interview to the Business Standard, they said, "Profitability is not a focus area. We can be profitable from today if we want. It's definitely possible. But we do not want to remain as a small, profitable company." The strategy which these companies follow can be summarized in the following steps.
First, invest a lot in the initial years.
Finish or make life difficult for the local stores.
And then, slowly consume the entire market by reducing the smaller players to the margins.
E-commerce sites are pouring tons of money and efforts into attracting visitors only to watch them toggle over to another tab without buying anything. They spend so much just so that you visit them once. Imagine a pen drive for ₹1, like really? These crazy discounts compel us to visit these sites and ultimately we end up buying things.
On 6th October 2014, Flipkart launched a promotional campaign called the Big Billion Day with the intention to increase their popularity by targeting 1 billion sales in one day. And it did achieve this target, bringing it to the headlines. With over 250 million internet users, Indian e-commerce industry has been a land of opportunities for institutional investors. Indian e-commerce companies have secured over $3.9 billion investments from venture capitalists and internal funding.
Amazon announced $2 billion investment to its India-focused market, Amazon.in, recently. The poster boy of Indian e-commerce space, Flipkart, raised $1 billion from Tiger Global Management and Naspers. GIC, Axel Partners, DSC Global, Iconic Capital, Morgan Stanley Investment Management and Sofina have also participated in the same. SIMI committed $627 million funding in Snapdeal. Jabong secured $27.5 million in Feb 2014.
The money that these companies raise and earn is being reinvested in their expansion of stuff like warehousing, distribution, expansion infrastructure, robots for picking and packing, artificial intelligence and lobbying.
They charge commission upon the transaction, which is deducted from the transaction value before paying it to the sellers.
They charge on their own shipping services.
They charge sellers for providing them free warehousing facilities.
Then there are penalties or late fees if a seller misses a deadline.
Some like eBay, Snapdeal charge fees for using their payment gateways like PaisaPay, PayPal, etc.
As seen earlier, though their revenues are skyrocketing, so are their expenses. Major being customer acquisition costs, providing insane discounts, heavy advertisement and promotional expenses, and of course, free home delivery charges.
The income is quite less to cover their accumulated losses so far. Take for instance, these sites actually start making a wholesome profit. Question arises, will they or when they will be able to pay back the huge amount of capital invested? Amazon took around 7 years just to have a positive balance in their US market. But in India, it could take another 5 years or even more in reaching that level.
So Pooja, what do you think? Do they make money?
Probably not, at least most of them anyway.
Alright. Will they make money?
Probably yes, but only the handful of them having a solid USP.
Why go through such hardships for such a low margin business?
Well, that can be explained with an interesting comparison.
So well, this situation can be compared with a game of cards. Multiple players have put a lot of money, so at this point they can't quit the game. Either they need to pour in more money and keep on playing till the other opponent quits, or quit themselves and lose the money and give the opponent a chance to win. As a result of the financing crunch, there will be companies that can't survive and they will therefore need to merge or shut down. Companies with strong investor syndicate may be able to navigate through this channel better.
Venture capitalists cannot keep on funding these companies forever. I mean, no one actually knows how long will it take to earn the long-term profits. But as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. A hopeful battle to see who is the last man standing in a winner takes the battle.
So, here's the deal. They are awesome. I mean, they really are. eBay for electronics, Amazon for anything, Jabong for fashion, Flipkart for books, Pepperfry for furniture, etc.
This is Pooja Manglani,
Marisha Sharma,
signing off. Till then, happy shopping.